Number one, tell unbelievers the news first. Foreground the news. Make the news prominent. The world doesn't know the news. They think they know lots of the requirements. Self-denial, we heard this, but they didn't get the news. So, foreground the news. God planned, God prophesied, God performed a ransom for sinners. Jesus embraced the plan, became the performance, suffered, rejected, murdered, raised, knowingly, intentionally, obediently, triumphantly. Make the objective facts of the glorious Jesus exalting news clear. There's no other way that the next steps of the gospel can happen if they don't know the news. Because it's in the news that they see Him, and they got to fall in love with Him to be in. So number two. So first, tell the news. Make the news clear. Number two, urge them to look at Jesus in the news. Look at Jesus. Look at Him suffering. Look at Him being rejected. Look at Him dying. Look at Him rising. Look, look, look. What do you see? What do you see? That's what you do. You urge, you plead. Don't you see? This is the greatest person who ever was. This is beauty. This is glory. This is value. This is everything. Don't you see? Number three, warn them that to love this world, to love its possessions and to love its praise more than they love Jesus will cost them their lives forever. Tell them that. That's what Jesus does. Warn them that Jesus is coming back. He's coming back. And when He comes, in the glory of the Creator of the universe and with holy, holy, holy angels, millions of them, nothing you have ever owned, no praise you have ever received will make up for any disapproval of Jesus you've ever shown. Your shame of Jesus will bring down shame on your head. Warn them. Warn them. We need to warn people with tears, eyeball to eyeball, at a restaurant, over the table. Number four, promise them in the name of Jesus that whatever must be denied in this life bears no comparison to the joy of being with Jesus on the Calvary road and the glory that will be with Jesus after the Calvary road and in the new world. No comparison. They need to be told that. Don't let them, especially if they've grown up in church, don't let them fasten on the word self-denial as if it meant there's no Christian self capable of unspeakable joy. What a travesty in understanding the term self-denial, right? Make it clear. Make it crystal clear from this text that the self that is to be denied is the self bent on suicide. That's the only self to be denied. The one that's bent on eternal suicide. The one that's bent on the insane thought that owning the world is better than belonging to the Son of Man. That's insane. Tell them that denying that self is wisdom. Wisdom. Joy. Everlasting hope. Make sure they know that the only self that's being denied is the self of utter foolishness of craving the approval of man over a million angels and the Father and the Son. Insane, crazy, folly. Don't get too loud in the restaurant, but it is possible to help them see. They'll never forget that conversation. They won't ever forget it. No, don't let them fasten on to self-denial. Anything other than what Jesus means. Oh, there is a self to be denied, and what a joy-killing self that is forever. Kill him. Kill that self. Get up in the morning and say, you're dead. Go to bed at night and say, you're dead. No, I won't have you killing my joy forever. Oh, no. So that's number 4. Fill them with promises. The bottom line in verse 35 was, you will live. Lastly, number 5, be like Jesus and be like Paul and make sure they know, the people that you're evangelizing, you're trying to make a disciple, make sure they know from the start, through many tribulations, we must enter the kingdom. You will suffer in this life. No sugar-coated, no bait and switch. Just up front. Jesus was up front all the time about suffering in the Christian life. And Paul, Discipleship 101 in Acts 14:22. Through many tribulations you must enter the kingdom. Count the cost. Don't want you to get on the road and be surprised when the suffering comes. It will come. Count the cost. And then say this. Listen. If the all-governing, all-controlling, sovereign, merciful God was weaving a fabric of beauty and hope out of sufferings, rejection, murder, and resurrection of the Son of Man, if he was weaving, stitching in his sovereignty, stitching a fabric out of horrors and horrors and horrors of sinful rejection and sinful murder, a fabric of beauty and a fabric of hope, then don't you think that he can and will weave out of the torn pieces of your life and out of the tangled threads of your life a beautiful tapestry for his glory? And then when you're done, you pray. You say, can I pray?